I le tātou polokalame masani Samoan of the Week, lea ua mātou whaantasi, ia ma le susunga ia la ma Chad Robertson, o la ua ia o loo a vea le vaenga lea e whaingoa ina o le Extreme HipHop Step Class Instructors. Ia o lea whaatalo whantua I le nei tai au la ma Chad. Thank you for being on the show this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. We're so excited to chat a little bit more. Ai amata mai le tātou talanoanga o wheawa lalawhanga I Samoa. What are your villages in Samoa?
So my grandpa is from Salialonga in Tuivaiti, and my nana is from Ngangaifo in Lefanga.
Ah, nice.
Yes, and my dad is from Moka'a, and my mum is from Sa'angapu.
Oh, very, very nice, very nice. Now, good morning to you both, and we're going to start. Amata mai le tātou talanoanga. E mawhai ona whaamatala, what is Extreme Hip Hop Class, Step Class? What is that?
So Extreme Hip Hop is a worldwide movement. It was created in America by a man named Phil Whedon, and it's pretty much a step fitness class that has a lot of hip hop and R&B music. And Phil also has a lot of instructors around the world. So Australia, there's about 10 instructors in Auckland, and then there's a lot more instructors, one in Wellington. So it's a fitness class with a step, with a lot of good music.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, good music, and we love that.
Yes.
You know, as Polynesian people, we love dancing and exercising, Zumba and everything. So would you say it's the same thing?
It kind of is, but with a step. And the moves are pretty much the same in every class. You just change it up with, intermediate being intermediate or advanced as well. But yeah, it's similar, but it's not. It's with a twist, I should say. Yeah.
And as long as you're having fun while you're doing it and
That's
stepping at the
amazing.
same time.
Yeah.
Now, e mawhai ona whaamatala mai, o le ale mafua angana a mata I le Extreme Hip-Hop Step Class. Why did you start this movement in New Zealand?
So when we started back in June of last year. So in the beginning, we had started our fitness journey. There was probably a month or probably a couple of months. Chad had stopped breathing during his sleep. Wow. So there was one night where he actually woke me up. And I begged him, please, is there anything, we can do to help change or put in good habits? And I think that's where our fitness journey started. Was from then. And then we reached out to a really good friend of ours, Wera. He owns a gym out in Papatoi called Dub Performance, him and his wife, Flora, and that they helped us. They've helped us for the past, I think 4 years now.
Wow.
And getting our fitness right, getting our eating right. And I think because we are dancers by trade as well, we sort of saw extreme hip-hop with two of the best
fitness and dance, like a merger. So when our friend Gina introduced us to it, she said, hey, there's a step fitness thing, you guys will be perfect, it's dance and fitness. At first we were like, no,
our first council was like, do I know how to dance?
But I think with anything, when it's your first time, it's always a bit confusing and a bit you're always a bit hesitant to do it. So we did more classes with our friend Gina, and then we eventually found out we could be instructors, and that's what we did last year.
So I think that's where we sort of branched off and started our extreme hip hop with the Robertsons.
And how long has it been since you've started? It
will be our 1 year in June of this year. Yes. So
it's amazing.
And it's been amazing. Like just seeing different people coming through, seeing our poly people coming and actually giving it a go. Like it's so cool, and it's heartwarming too to see our kids join in too, because there's no age limit. There's no restriction on that, as well as who we are as people. Like it's for everyone.
All.
Yeah.
Now, Chad, I want to ask you because La just touched on it and how your journey started, and it was because you had certain health problems. For you, how long did that take before you actually wanted to do something about it?
It was
What was the turning point for you?
It was my whole life, pretty much. Like, I've always been, always been a big eater. You know, us Polynesian families were like, eat till you're full and eat everything off your plate. So you know, I'm not blaming that, but I was always like just eating a lot and not really exercising. And always going to the gym, but then eating bad. So it was an on and off thing for me. And I think it was like pretty much my whole life right up until that point when she woke me up during the middle of the night.
Wow.
Because I was about 140 kgs
Wow.
then. So when I stopped breathing in my sleep, it was just a long pause with no breathing, and she was crying and woke me up, and I was just like, okay. I think when other people start to notice it, that's when it becomes a bit of an issue, because you can only hide it for so long, I guess.
Yeah. And that was the moment for you and your journey to date.
Yeah.
Now, mo I lātou o you know, whaafonga mai and who are at that point right now, but for you have started and are slowly, you know how your health journey goes. You start, but then it gets challenging, and then you fall off the wagon a little bit, and you're starting to give up.
Yeah.
But for you, it's almost been a year. What would you say has been your driving point or your motivation in sticking to this long? Because you both look amazing right now.
Thank you.
How have you been able to stick to this?
Right, for me, I think one of my pushes would be our kids. We have 3, and I think they're probably one of the drives, and also having a coach as well who knows, you know, nutrition, your plan. He'll be a really good driver too, and also each other. I think we help each other push through, you know, and it is one step at a time in this journey too. Like, no one's perfect. Like, we all still have bad days, kind of thing. And as long as you keep driving, keep moving forward, I guess. But yeah.
Ole asilu I tau I lau savalinga, what are some of the challenges that you've faced since starting your extreme hip hop step class or in your health journey altogether? Yeah.
We faced a lot of challenges, just like pretty much when we go to family feeds during the week, and they're just like, birthday, free cake, free this, free that.
That's okay. One day
won't hurt. But there's a lot of challenges that also, you know, the busyness of life and having kids and having their stuff ready. And then when you go to work, you're like, oh, I didn't actually bring me any food to eat. So a lot of challenges like that. Also personal challenges that come along, family. When family things happen, it sort of gets you down. But I think the main thing to always remember is that things happen in consistency the more that you do them. So we just pretty much always try and practice consistency.
Love that, and building daily habits.
Yes.
Yeah. So in saying that, what are some of your tips that you use to overcome those challenges? How did you get through those challenges?
I think talking is one of the is a good, you know, pathway. Talking and not keeping it, you know, hidden. As well as, again, having a good coach who knows what he's doing. Who a good support system as well. You know, being married. You know, you both need to be on the same page. And understand that one day, you know, I've got to go gym, you know, can you know, deal with the kids, or I've got to, you know, but I think those are a few things that we've sort of learnt during ours. Do you want to add anything?
I think the main one would be having someone guide you, like a coach that's in the fitness industry, because they give you knowledge and advice because they've been through similar, and they actually help you on your journey. And then when you can message them and say, hey, I don't feel like dieting today, they're the ones that will kick you and be like, no, you've got to stay on it, remind you of your goal. So that's what helped us, is someone like other people, support systems really to help
That's
us.
so important, especially the communication part. You know, I le tala noa ma whaasoa atu I ainga, let them know what is happening and what your priorities are, that this is what you want to do. You know, you are looking at starting your health journey, and to have their support because, you know, you had each other, which is amazing. And, you know, so it's, I love seeing that. I love everything you are sharing. And let's talk about now now the rewarding part of your journey.
Yes.
To date, what has been one of the greatest accomplishments you have achieved? O le ase mea, pito sili o na lelei ua lua mawaina mai I le lua savalinga.
Yeah, one of mine was in 2021. On my health journey, I just decided that I wanted to do bodybuilding. It was after 2-3 years of just being on like a consistent diet. And in 2021, I was just like, hey, coach, Tuivaiti, my coach, I was like, coach, I just want to do this like a bucket list thing. I just want to bodybuild. Yeah. So for about 7 months straight, I stuck to a very strict diet.
Very strict.
Yeah, it was very strict. I was about 116, 15 at the time, and I dropped down to 87 on stage. Yeah. So I dropped a lot. Yeah. It was really fun, sort of. But I think the main thing was just proving to myself that I can do something you put your mind to.
Yeah.
And I think, it shows a lot about just being able to discipline myself, but also having the support in my wife, because she had to put up with all the hungry tantrums I was throwing.
Yeah, I was going to say our definition of fun is very different.
Very.
And what about you, La?
So back in 2020, I entered a strongman strong woman. Yeah, competition. Wow. So I done South Side, and I qualified for nationals. At that time, was a real rough time for me and my family. We had lost a really close member of our family, my big brother. So that was sort of that helped me in my grieving time. And then end of 2020, I competed in National Strongman, Strong Woman down in Hamilton, and I came second. I only had
4 months of
Wow.
training.
And it was amazing. It was so cool. I loved it. And I trained out of Otara Pit, strength pit down in Otara. And my coach was amazing, Afa. He helped me, he guided me, he taught me techniques that I didn't know. And for a Samoan woman, it's kind of like, being strong shouldn't be, a thing that us women should be doing, And I think because I've been mocked all my life having strong hands, and legs, I think this was a really good, I know, right?
Power.
And I think this was a great revenue for me to head down and sort of give it a go. And I'm so glad that I did, because it helped me through that time in my life. And, I got gold medals to show for it. So
of course.
I'm so happy. Yeah. So if you're, wanting to step outside your comfort zone, give it a go. Even give extreme hip hop a go as well, because it's different, and you'll you'll get to love it more.
Awesome. O le hase whaamalo si au e mawhaiona momoli le whaafonga mai o le atunu I le nei te meo le tai au. What is an encouragement for someone who may be just starting out or someone who is still in their journey right now? What would you like to share with them this morning?
Main thing is never give up. Never give up. There's days where you will feel like I'll start next Monday. And that's totally fine. I think the main thing is not to be hard on yourself. Give yourself some space, but also try to commit to what you're deciding to do, because you never know, it might actually work. You might actually lose weight if you decide to commit. And also the main thing that we found was find someone that knows the industry, that you can get information and gather tips from, so that when you go to the gym, you're not staring at a machine like, what does that do? But you actually know what it does, because your coach has given you videos and how to do it. And when you go home, you know what to eat. That would be it, is just to give things a go, but also find people that have the knowledge that can support you.
So good.
And I think, starting and just one step at a time. Don't think that by next week you should be 10 kgs lighter. No, it's, just one step at a time, and just keep going. Like I said before, we all have our bad days. I definitely do. But as long as you're heading in that direction, one foot in front of the other, then yeah.
So good, Lion Chair. Thank you so much. Last question. O whea o lo whaatino ye le extreme hip-hop step class, where are these being held?
Cool. So we have our weekly class.
Yes, so we run classes on a Monday night.
Yes.
At the moment, for the next 2 weeks, we have 2 classes on a Monday at Tangaro College. 6 p.m. beginners class, the greatest college in New Zealand, by the way.
I don't know.
By the way. So we have a 6 p.m. beginners class, and then we have a 7:15 p.m. intermediate class. That's just for these next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because after that, we actually got sponsored by Adult Learning to do free community
Yes.
classes.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, they're fully booked throughout that time. And then we have Wednesday classes at 0 to 100 in Botany, which is a
Yes.
gym. And that's at 6 p.m. And then our Friday night class, which is tonight, 6
Yes.
p.m. at Dub Performance at our coach's gym in Old Papatoe. And that's at 6 p.m. And they're beginner classes. So very beginner friendly.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they're very, very fun.
very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Tutongi, is there a cost and
Yes.
entry?
Yes, it's $10 per person. We bring the board, the step board for you, so that you just turn up, have fun, get your sweat in, and then go home and eat healthy.
So good. Thank you so much, Lion Chad. Is there anything else you wanted to add before we wrap up our chat?
No, just thank you to everyone who has supported us in our journey, our step journey as well. To our gyms, thank you guys. We appreciate you guys, and to our coach and Coach Jet, thank you.
Yes, and thank you for having us.
And thank you for having us.
Thank
Sala,
you for taking the time. Thank you for taking the time to be with us this morning. We really appreciate you both. O le whaatalanoanga nā malama Chad Robertson, o i la uaia o lo whaatinoina ma whaatautaia le extreme hip-hop step class. So nawa e whaafonga ye Samoa, a whaie moa le awa noa nā nei, o lo whaatinoina le lava senga lea i papatoetoe, i le ono i le afiafis, fulu tāla le tau, ia ai maua i le ngata o whaamalostino, o le musika matua i le leitele, ia ma le fia o le happy a tātou.